So, as you can see, this is clearly a made-for-TV movie with a pretty low budget. But at the same time, I found a lot of ways that we could use the movie as text in the classroom. Simply just for comprehension, as it goes pretty well along with the plot line, and so helping people, or your students, to envision what's actually happening in the book, even though the characters are a little bit over-dramatic and not exactly what we thought from when we read. But the director uses a lot of close-ups of faces, which is pretty standard in film, but it really does drive home the characterization that drives the story just as far as Louise in comparison to her sister Caroline. And they also compare and contrast this using low-key versus high-key lighting, where Caroline is generally shown in a softer focus with bright lights around her, kind of making her look angelic, while Louise in her bitterness is cast in a darkness a lot and just looks really gloomy. Except for when Louise is happy and at peace, it shows her outside, which is generally where she is happy in the book, where it is very bright and where long shots are taken to capture her mood. And so, even though the cinematic effects are a little bit corny, they really do drive home what the author was trying to do in the book, which we thought was legitimate. And so, as far as a critique of the movie goes, like I said, it definitely is a made-for-TV movie, but it's only about 59 minutes long, and so this might be useful in your classrooms. And it does capture the important moods of the important depictions of characterization and mood within the movie. So it might be good to use in the classroom if you are studying the book. And this book, y'all, is phenomenal. Of course it won a Newbery Award, but it does a really good job at depicting universal themes of bitterness, and it uses a lot of biblical allusions that are just really, really powerful. And even reading it, it astonished me how much I related to Louise. And so I think that a lot of students might do the same. And then lastly, for classroom use, we just have a few practical things that y'all could use. As far as studying characterization, you could have your students study how Katherine Paterson depicts her characters in the book, and then comparing and contrasting with the cinematic effects she uses with lighting, with blur and focus in the movie, and so that might be interesting for students to do. And then also looking for motifs. She does a really good job at using strong motifs and symbols in the book, such as hands and the ocean. And a lot of those things, they aren't blatantly stated in the movie, but the camera will roll along and kind of show, say, Louise's eyes checking out someone's hands, which is kind of her thing, or just different depictions of the ocean. So it might be a good thing for students to compare and contrast the way those are depicted. And lastly, just the lighting and mood might be a good thing for students to look for in the movie as well as in the book. So that's it.